We are back. Officially, tomorrow is when the season kicks off with Detroit heading to Kansas City. Now, I'm recording this on Tuesday, and we got word Tuesday that Travis Kelce is day-to-day, and he might not be playing on Thursday. So, with that being said, I'm going to pick Detroit to upset. I think that Detroit is going to be a good team this year. I think no Travis Kelce, potential no Travis Kelce. 2 days away, which, again, when you see this, it'll be a day away for you guys. I think that Mahomes is going to have to rely on a bunch of weapons, which he doesn't have as much connection as he does with Travis Kelce. No Travis Kelce, that offense is totally different. Totally different. So I think there is a possibility that the Lions could upset, especially if Travis Kelce doesn't play. If he plays, I don't know. Maybe. I think they're still going to make him competitive. I think the Lions are going to come out shooting. I think they're the underdogs here. They are 100% the underdogs. So I think that no Travis Kelce really helps boost it to have a better chance for them. So I am picking Detroit to upset and win the first NFL game of the 2023-2024 season. Then we move on to Sunday, Carolina and Atlanta, two mid-tier teams. Just give me Atlanta, and let's see what happens with Bryce Young, who is a rookie QB in his first game. Then Houston goes to Baltimore. Again, not much to talk about here. Baltimore on paper is 1,000 times better than Houston. They should win this maybe by 14, 10 to 14 points. They'll probably win this game, so give me Baltimore at home. Cincinnati heads on the road to Cleveland. Now, I haven't personally watched a ton of preseason Cleveland football, and I haven't watched a ton of Deshaun Watson, so maybe he's good. I guess, it's hard to sit down and watch all 32 teams and watch every single preseason game. It's really hard to do that. So I don't know how well Watson was doing in preseason. I haven't seen any reports come out about him, so I'm guessing he wasn't slinging it. But a lot of starters didn't get that many drives, so I don't know. So I'm picking Cincinnati. They're the better team on paper. They're the better team overall. I think it's going to be close because it's a rivalry game. As I've said in many times in the years past, take logic, grab logic, throw it out the window because you have no idea how rivalry games are gonna go. No idea. You can have a really bad team beat up a division rival who was Super Bowl bound, and and they're all gonna go point out, our team sucks and we beat you. You have no idea with rivalry games. There's a different level of intensity with a rivalry game. So I think Cleveland might make this close. Give me Cincinnati to win with probably at most 7, maybe 3. But I think this is going to be a closer game just because it's a rivalry. Now, you can have some rivalry games where it's just a complete blowout. Yes, you can. But that doesn't happen 24/7 with every single rivalry. It's just one-sided. It's not. It's not like that. It's not every time one team gets squashed. It's not how it is. Especially, again, opening weekend, start of football, everyone's going to be pumped up, especially the players. So I expect this to be an interesting game. Now, again, I have not watched a lot of Deshaun Watson, so he might have been terrible because I haven't seen really reports on him. So they might blow him up. I don't know. Jacksonville, Indy. Now, Jacksonville on paper is the better team. You have a rookie QB for Indy, Anthony Richardson, who I am rooting for. I've seen so much slander for this guy, and I think he can be good. I'm going to throw my hands up in the air. I think he can be a good quarterback. He's not in the greatest position, and, Jonathan Taylor isn't going to be there at least 4 weeks, maybe the whole season. He might sit out. I don't know. So you don't really have a running back with you. You don't really have wide receivers. The O-line is okay. You don't really have a defense. But you give them a couple years to progress. You get some pieces around them, and they could be a good team. I'm going to pick Jacksonville. Again, it's another rivalry game. But this is different because the Colts are way less established than what the Browns are. But you never know. Probably within 14. Jacksonville wins within 14. At max 2 touchdowns. So Tampa heads to Minnesota. I am picking Tampa to upset Minnesota on the road. Yes, I am. Because I think there's a lot of doubt for Baker Mayfield and that Bucs squad. I think if they come out swinging week 1 and beats Minnesota, who is, probably going to get a playoff spot just because the NFC is so weak. So, if you beat Minnesota week 1, who just won the division last year, yes, they were absolutely terrible, did not deserve to go to the playoffs. They did not deserve to be in the playoffs because they were actually a terrible team that somehow fluked their way to a bunch of wins, and look what happened. They got beat by the Giants. But I am picking Tampa to come out swinging. Later on in the season, probably not so much. Week 1, I think they're going to come out swinging. I think that there's a possibility that they could beat Minnesota. Tennessee, New Orleans. I don't know. It's just a weird game. This will be a really weird game. It'll probably be fun because it's two teams where their strengths are running game versus defense. So if you tire out that defense, maybe Derrick Henry can get a lot of runs. If that defense isn't on the field a lot and they're getting 3-and-out stops a lot, forcing that their offense to be on the field and eventually get down the field, I can see New Orleans taking it. If Derrick Henry is able to just pick the bones of the Saints defense, there's a possibility Tennessee could win. I don't trust their defense. I don't trust their offense outside of Derrick Henry. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm picking New Orleans, and it'll be a weird game. I have a feeling it'll be a weird game. Speaking of weird games, San Francisco heads to Pittsburgh. There is a part of me that, for some reason, believes that Pittsburgh can upset San Francisco. So I don't know why I have a gut feeling about that. If it happens, I'll just be like, okay, you know what? I should have listened to my gut feeling. I am going, obviously, with the safe pick. Safe pick here is San Francisco. On paper is a better team. We will see when they get out there and play week 1. We'll see how it goes. But do not be surprised if Pittsburgh makes this competitive. If they only lose by 7 or less points to this Niners squad, do not be surprised. I have this weird feeling that Pittsburgh could make the playoffs and potentially make it like a short run. I don't think they make a Super Bowl run, but I think there's potential where the Steelers could be a decent team this year. I really think they could. So do not sleep on them. And if they beat the Niners, then my gut feeling about them being a good team is going to be right. If they don't, and they keep it close, then it's like, hey, yeah, they're still special. Then we have Arizona and the Commanders. Now, if you've been a long-time watcher, you know that I've changed. I guess I don't know if I had Redskins. I don't know if I was around long enough to have Redskins for because that was 2018, 19. I don't remember what year they changed. Point is, I've had Washington, have had football team. Now I have Commanders up there. I just had Washington last year, but we're switching up. We're going Commanders. Obviously, I like to keep it short and simple, so it's COM, com. Arizona's bad. Plain and simple. Arizona's bad. Give me the Commanders. Give me the Commanders. Then we have I think this is Fox's game of the week. Packers head to Chicago to play the Bears. I think Jordan Love comes out swinging. I think he does. We'll see. I'm going to pick the Packers. This is not biased. I don't trust that Bears defense. I don't know why people trust that Bears defense. I don't know why people are acting like Justin Fields has the greatest weapons in the world on offense. I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see the Bears winning more than 7 games. I don't. I don't know what the hype about the Bears is. I like Justin Fields. I do. You have DJ Moore, and that's it. What do you have on offense? It's not what it used. What do you have on defense? That defense isn't what it used to be. So I just think that people are overhyping the Bears. Obviously, it's a rivalry game, so I expect this to be close. 2 young QBs. Brand new NFC North here. Fighting for the NFC North. They're not fighting for the title. they're not fighting for the title. I might be eating my words. We might have a week 17, week 18 Bears Packers who are playing for the title of the NFC North. That might imagine if that happens. Do you know how upset Lions and Vikings fans would be? But yeah, I'm going to take Green Bay week 1. I just think that overall, on paper, the Packers have the better team on paper overall, especially that defense is way better than the Bears' defense. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Obviously, I'll be keeping a close eye on this because I'll be streaming the game. But we'll see. Then we have the Raiders head to Denver to face the Broncos. Give me the Broncos. I think Sean Payton should turn this team around. The Raiders are terrible, so if you can't beat the Raiders, then you might want to sink the ship and just call it quits on Russell Wilson a year into his just a year. Well, I guess it's technically year 2. It's year 2, but whatever. We're a year plus in. Screw the freaking phone, of course, all the time. Miami heads to face the Chargers. I am going to take a healthy Tua to beat a healthy Justin Herbert. Philadelphia heads to New England. New England isn't that good of a team. Give me Philly. The Rams take on Seattle. Seattle's a way better team than the Rams, in my opinion. Yeah. Sunday night, Cowboys and Giants. I feel like this is another time where we've had the Cowboys and Giants on Sunday night again, which is weird. Give me Cowboys to start the season out 1-0. Giants just aren't on their level quite yet. And then in my game of the week, which I guess I didn't really talk about at the start. So blue is upset, yellow is normal picks, green is game of the week, in my opinion. Not the announcers or the media's opinion, my opinion. Buffalo, New York Jets on 9/11, Monday Night Football. I think this will be a shootout. I expect fireworks here. I am going to say the Bills win by 3. They get into field goal range with 5 seconds left and are able to kick a field goal, the last second field goal, to win the game just barely and beat the Jets. I think that, the Bills, again, they're a good team. I think it's still their division to lose. We'll see what happens. With this game, I think this is going to be a really fun game. But yeah, so those are my picks. Let me know down below, who do you want to win this week? For now, though, like the video, share the video around, subscribe, and I'm out of here. Peace.